Hi, everybody in the Now group. And here we are. It is the very last day of 100 days of It's All About You in this group. And there were times when I didn't feel that I was going to get to carry out 100 days. But here we are. It's May the 9th and it is complete. Unfortunately, Elizabeth, who was going to be coming here today and sitting with me for the last Facebook Live, isn't able to make it. So we send love out to Elizabeth and Healing Energy. But it gives me an opportunity to be able to thank everyone in the Now group for coming along here and giving me this opportunity to be able to be in front of the camera, basically, because it's something I love to do. And I couldn't have carried out the 100 days without everyone who did come along and sit with me on a Facebook Live. It's All About You. This is something, obviously, I'm not going to do every year. I think it would probably do me in, if nothing else. But it's not fair because I'm not the only one in this group. There are almost 1,000 of us. And it's very hard to be able to get to know 1,000 other people. So that was the plan for It's All About You. And I think that has been accomplished. It really has. It's fabulous. I have met so many wonderful, wonderful ladies and who have become friends. And I know so much about their business now and also about them. And we're going on about the know, like, and trust. And that's what groups are about. And that's in particular what this group is about. It's about getting to know each other, getting to like each other, or not. We're human beings and we're all different. And there are lots of new things being organized for the coming week. It's not that I'm just going to sit back here and think, oh, yeah, that's it all over with, because it's not. It is just the beginning. And it's just the beginning, especially for me, because I can now pass over the reins to you guys in the group. There are some messages coming through, but I'm just looking into StreamYard. I don't have the Now group on my app because it kind of gives a bit of a tinny sound to the broadcast. So, and then your names don't come up, unfortunately. So if you want to say who you are, that'd be fabulous. I can give you a shout out. As I said, this group is about you, the members of Now. It's all about you. And handing over the reins to you guys is now what I'm going to do. So starting from next week, there are going to be episodes where two of you will come together. Now, don't ask me too much about this because this has just been created this morning. And Sarah, hi Sarah, thank you, happy birthday. I know, it's fabulous, isn't it? I do love birthdays. I love getting older because as you get older, you really do truly become wiser and more confident in yourself. And it's great to be able to have that confidence because then we can pass it over to anyone who isn't so confident. So getting back to this new episode's broadcast that I just created, was just born this morning. So next week, Becca Bryant and Edwina Clark are going to come together on a Facebook Live because they work together, they chat, they talk, they're friends. And that's what collaboration is all about. And what they're going to talk about just between themselves so that we can all sit and listen. It'd be lovely. It means I can actually sit back and just listen and learn and get to know you guys even better. And they're going to talk about accountability, about having a buddy to help you keep accountable. And it's something we all need because we could wake up in the morning and think, no, I'm not going to do that. But if you've got somebody there on the end of a WhatsApp or the end of a messenger, the end of a phone, whatever it is, saying, okay, have you got up this morning? Have you done, what it is that we had organized to do? Then it makes you want to do that. It makes you have to do that even more. So keep stump about this, because it's just Becca that I've been talking to. Edwina doesn't know anything about this as yet, I don't think. Who knows? But that's what being a buddy is. Being able to sort of speak for another. That's when you get to know them. But to having an accountability buddy, you don't necessarily need to be friends. Just somebody that is going to bump you off each other and say, right, come on, let's get on with this. So that's what's going to happen next week in the group. And that same idea of two now members getting together on a Facebook Live in the group to just sitting there nattering, telling us a little bit about something. What's next? Okay, well, I have an idea for a panel. Panels were something that I had been carrying out in the end of last year, and that's where 4 or 5 now members, along with myself, will be on a Facebook Live. And the idea at the moment is to use this not through Zoom, but through a platform called Remo. That means that questions can be asked and answered, and lots of everyone can be there. And at the same time, you can literally network. So it's not just sitting there listening to 4 or 5 of us giving expert advice, because it will be those who know what they're doing, because that's their business. But afterwards, we can mosey around on these tables, on this platform, and network at the same time. So what's the idea of the platform? Well, the idea is that at least 5 experts come together. And when I say experts, it means what you do, what you, the members of Now, do. Maybe someone's an expert in essential oils and perfumes, maybe an expert in social media, maybe an expert in energy healing. And the panel that we had in November, I think it was, were experts in parenting. Not that they were necessarily parents, but they had gone through a learning that was able to help anyone with children to be able to get the best out of the friendship between a parent and a child or children. So that's just a gist of it, because I could sit here forever explaining about that. So that's going to be coming. I'm hoping for the 14th of May, but I might be a little bit too late on that, but watch your space. And that was going to be about networking. And there are going to be 5 of us, 5 or 6 of us, experts on how to get the best from networking, whether you're running an event and to help promote the networking event, or whether it is going to a networking event. How can you get the best out of it? Every month, using this platform Remo, which is probably very new to all of you, but give yourself 4-6 weeks or so if you actually come into Remo, and you'll understand why I really want to persevere with this fantastic platform. So with the new idea is that every week, 1 Now member can hire the Remo platform from me. I pay for it because I'm going to be using it for events and different things. But I can also rent it out or hire it out to anybody else. So I thought, well, why not give you guys a platform that, because you maybe want to do a one-off, I don't know yet. I'm sure you can come up with ideas. This is what I want to hear. Ideas of what would you like to use Remo for. I'll actually put in a short tutorial probably Monday now, because today's my birthday and I'm going to go away off and do lots of fun things. So that you all know about Remo, and you can also come along and test that out with me in some events I'm going to be putting on next week. So That's only some of the things that is going on in the group in the future. If anybody's just dropped on by, and you're expecting Elizabeth Marguerite to be here, unfortunately, Elizabeth has some news that she couldn't be here with us today, but she will be sitting with me in the coming weeks for a one-off, because we missed out on today, and that's a shame. So in the chat box, I see well done, happy birthday. So honoured to have been a part of this, Lindsay, and happy birthday. I'm not sure who that is. It could be any one of these lovely, beautiful now members, as there's no name. I might be able to quickly go into here to see, because it is a shame that I can't give a shout out to who has gone and said this to me. Francis. Thank you, Francis. Brenda, thank you, and Sarah, and Francis. Yes, Francis, it was lovely talking to you and learning all about upholstery and how you came about it and how you do it now. It's fascinating, and because I now know you, and you're not that far away, then when I get around for my chaise longue to be upholstered, I know where to come. You see, that's the power of being in the Now group. We get to know each other, and it's not just through Facebook Lives or events. We get to know each other through the comments. For example, yesterday's, where we put our links in, and where we clicked on the link and went into that person's business page and loved that latest comment that they carried out, or liked the page, or liked the page, and created a comment. We have got to know each other so much better, and there's comments in that feed that have said this to me. And this is what it's all about. This is what the group is all about. That's what all groups are all about, is getting to know who you are. And it's the know, like, and trust, and there's no getting away from it. If you know somebody, if you like somebody, and most especially if you trust them, there's more chance of you receiving help in whatever way you need that, understanding, and love. Because it just happens. So Andrea, loving being a part. Thank you, Andrea. Well, Andrea, I remember it was just brilliant that you were able to step in at the last moment and help me out with the Facebook Live, where there was no one for that day. And it was just brilliant when you said yes. Because when there is no one, luckily it hasn't happened too often, then I have to, take some time out and message those who would possibly be willing to come and sit on Facebook Live with me, because I didn't want to miss out on my 100 days. So Andrea, thank you so much for doing that and coming along that day. And also being very much a part of my life now, because we meet each other in different places. Lisa, yes. Again, Lisa, you and I, we have been Facebook friends for so long, and yet we've never actually been able to speak to each other. And the 100 days has given me that opportunity, has given us that opportunity to meet and to get to know each other so much better. And I'm sure you would agree that it does bring you closer together. It might be virtual, you're not actually sitting there, but it actually doesn't really matter. That's what I found. So I'm coming up to my 15 minutes, and do you think I'll actually stick to 15 minutes? Because I've not really managed to do that very often. But any questions that anybody wants to know about anything, then pop them in the comments box, message me, or even put up a post itself. And in the coming weeks, there's going to be lots and lots of opportunities for everyone in the Now group to showcase themselves and showcase their business. So I'm going to love you and leave you for today. And this is the end, the very, very last episode. 100 days that I've been here in the Now group every single day. And I couldn't do this without you guys coming along and sitting here with me and also coming back to sit with me. That is a massive honor. Thank you. Have a fabulous day.